I've never been a fan of supplements. Never been a fan of the idea that I have to go out there and put things into my body that I can't naturally get from, well, just normal food, from just drinking, breathing, and existing. But there were certain events that have occurred since the beginning of COVID-19 where I realized that I was starting to get sick progressively more. About once a year I don't find is a problem for getting a common cold, but I was getting sick 2, 4, 6 times a year. And the progression was getting even worse because I got things like angina, where I had my entire throat infected and I had to go take antibiotics. I had a wisdom tooth inflammation. It just wasn't going the right direction. I even had this thing early in the year this time where I basically got bronchitis for like 3 days, which I've never experienced. I was coughing up mucus. It was disgusting. It was painful. It was uncomfortable. And all of it had to do, I believe, with a lack of sleep, an increased amount of stress, and improper nutrition. Now, theOrangeDoom is a company that I've been working with in relation, helping them record some commercials, some TikToks, some shorts, because what they sell primarily is a lot of cycling related and sport nutrition products. So isotonic drinks and whey protein and bits like that. And there was a product on their website that sort of caught my attention. I wasn't entirely sure why. And it was this thing. It's called Restful. And I was like, really? A sleeping pill? Is this really something I want to go down? I looked at the ingredients and ashwagandha, okay, neutral. Magnesium, neutral. L-theanine, yeah. Hop strobal dry extract, nothing special. Saffron flower extract, well, I'm a cook, I like saffron. And zinc. And that is it. And I was looking at it, I was like, okay, there's nothing weird in here. Why don't I give it a try? So I called my buddy up and he gave me a pack of these pills. And the way they work is the following. So you take 2 pills 30 minutes before you go to bed. So I would take them and then I would just go and proceed with reading my book. And what I noticed was there was a moment that came after about 20 to 40 minutes where I just felt a little bit tired. The words in the book were starting to get a little bit shaky. It was almost like my body was saying, yeah, we might be entering that, Sandman's calling. Sandman came knocking on the door. And in that moment, I would immediately just drop the book, turn the lights off, and go to bed. I did it for a week, and I started feeling really, really good. And then I had a trip that I did to Vienna for the Rammstein concert, did a little bit of cycling, just spent some time away from everybody. It was just alone. I had all the time in the world, and all I did was eat, cycle, and read. And I kept taking those pills, and the longer I was taking them, the better I felt about the routine that I was building with sleep. Now, was it that the pills made a difference, or was it a placebo effect? This is something I'm not 100% certain about. But the way these pills work is you're supposed to take them for 3 months. And I'm currently at my last bottle. So I'm at my last 30 days or so that I'll be taking these pills. I don't take them every single night. Sometimes I'll skip. Sometimes I'll take just 1 pill. But what I've realized is it just helps me prepare for the night ahead. Even if this is a placebo effect, even if there's, if hypothetically speaking, this thing does nothing to me, the effect of taking 2 of these pills 30 minutes before going to bed, reading a book, and just getting the shut-eye when the body says, hey, it's time, has been life-changing. I've been feeling like I memorize more. I'm more fluent. I feel better. My immune system has just skyrocketed. And to boost my immune system further, I've also been taking the following supplements. I take vitamin C. I take vitamin D now that the fog has run out in the capital here. We're going to not be getting a lot of sunlight for the next probably 4 to 5 months. I also take omega-3 acids. And I take B-complex once in a while. Sometimes I'll also supplement a little bit of extra magnesium if I've got a really hard write that I've done and I just want to recover a little bit better. But overall, that is all the supplements I take. And so the supplements that I take are extremely basic. They're nothing out of the ordinary in there. There's nothing that you couldn't get, access to in a regular supermarket. And I don't think everybody has to take it. If you're a healthy person, if you don't have a history where you were getting sick a lot, if you don't have problems with your sleep, if you don't have problems with the way that your emotions are going around throughout the day, then you should be completely fine. But one of the things that helped me so much, especially with my immune system, has been the axis of sleep. And my thought process was the following. We sleep for 8 hours every single day, 52 weeks in a year, all the year, all around until we die. And it's boring, right? I mean, you just 8 hours, you're gone. Sometimes you dream, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you remember the dreams, sometimes you don't remember the dreams. So what I started doing is I started thinking about it in a little bit of a different way, a bit of an abstracted way, but I will spend 1/3 of my life sleeping. That makes me sound a little bit depressed, because it's like, if I could take those 8 hours and do anything else, you could get so much more done in life. It is true, right? And that's where, in the last video I mentioned how some people will say, sacrifice 1 hour of sleep so you get extra 7 hours a week so you can get more work done, so you can be more successful. Yeah, for what? Because those 7 hours a week you will get will be 7 hours you'll be taken away from your life at the end of it, right? Maybe you'll get richer, but you'll just die sooner. The truth is, I absolutely adore dreaming. I find it one of the most mesmerizing, incredible things that occur, where our brain is just subconsciously playing out this weird storyline, and you never know who you're going to be, where you're going to be, who you're going to be with, what's going to happen, who's going to die, where's the explosion going to happen. Weird stories, weird combinations. Yeah, sometimes you might have a nightmare. Sometimes you might have an uncomfortable situation in your sleep. Sometimes you might get accused by your partner of cheating because they dreamt about something. It makes no sense. But I realized that if I'm going to spend 8 hours a day sleeping, then I would love to have as many dreams as possible, have as vivid dreams as possible, and remember them. So what I started doing is, again, in my Notion, which we will talk about in a different video, I started writing down the things that I dreamt about. The most important bit is to write down what it is that you were dreaming immediately upon waking up. Otherwise, you will forget it. You'll have a faint memory. You'll think, oh, wait, it was something, it's on the tip of my tongue, but you'll never be able to recall it. You have to write it down immediately upon waking up. And when you start doing this, you're going to eventually get a database, which will be a very mesmerizing combination of things that just make sense. I dreamt that I was a Formula One driver, and I was racing Lewis Hamilton on a wild road, and the guy went off to the side and nearly killed himself. I dreamt that I was in Croatia on an island, and I met Orlando Bloom, and he was there teaching his kids how to do downhill mountain biking. And it was a bizarre experience, because guess what? I got to hang out with Orlando Bloom. Surely just in a dream, but that's about as close as I might ever get to Orlando Bloom. I dreamt I was next to Till Lindemann playing his live song. Can you imagine? Like, what are the odds of you and I getting to meet an idol for real? Unless we're going to go into the obsessive route and start stalking them, it's not going to happen. So your dreams might just be the closest and best way to get to it. So there's a whole combination of these things, and some of them don't make sense. Some of them, it's just, one of them here just says weird Japan earthquake. I don't quite recall what it was, but it was like I was somewhere and the earth was starting to shake and the world just imploded and we all died. But I wrote it down because a lot of times, sometimes, some of these dreams might be answers to your subconsciousness. Some of them might be answers to what it really is going on in your life. Some of them might be your brain trying to assist you to find the correct path. And I think sleep is a solution for so much. It's a solution to depression. I think it's a solution to emotional imbalance. I think it's a solution to doubt that we have. I think it's a solution to creativity. It's a solution to better memory, to more success in school, to better success with women, to just generally feeling better. Now, I'm not saying that you should go out there and buy these products and take these pills and this will guarantee you save your life. But if you do have problems with sleep, give it a try. Get yourself this product, test it out for a week or two, and see if that helps you, if that changes the way that your behavior and your mantra goes through, and if you dream better. Take little baby steps and try to improve your sleep. It's impossible, and I'll say this here, it's impossible to improve your sleep and not also improve your life. Give it a try. There'll be a link in the description below to the store so you can check out some of the other supplements that I take. But until next time, take care, and please, whatever you do tonight, get yourself a solid 8 hours of sleep for me. Take care, and safe flying.